Hey, if you own a Piper Cherokee, an Archer, an Arrow such as this one, or a Piper Seneca, or any of these models that have a stabilator arrangement like this one, I want to encourage you to especially do this thing during your pre-flight inspection, and that is to check your tail. If you have one of these Pipers, it's especially important to check your tail, and here's why. Because this stabilator is one piece. It's a horizontal stabilizer and elevator incorporated into one unit, and it's one continuous piece from left to right. And the thing is, it's very important that this be checked for looseness, because that whole surface, that whole stabilator, is held on with two little 1/4-inch bolts like this. Two little 1/4-inch bolts. And so it's very important that the bolts be tight, that they not be worn, and that the bearings not be worn. So here's how I like to check these. I just take the stabilator and grab it on the end here and wiggle it up and down just a bit to see if there's any looseness in there at the bearing. And this one feels good and tight. But when you are wiggling it up and down like that, if you feel a slight bump, 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 then it might mean that the bolt is a little loose. It might mean that there needs to be some shim washers put in so that the bolt can actually tighten onto the bearing. Or it might mean that the bearing is worn and needs to be changed. But I just want to encourage you, if you fly a Piper such as this one, it's very important to check that tail and make sure those bolts are tight. It is held on with two little 1/4-inch bolts like this, and they're located right in this area, one on the right side here and one on the left side. So if you fly one of these Pipers, make sure you check that tail, and so make sure it's good and tight so that there are no issues, because you surely do not want that thing to depart the aircraft. It's Dean with AirplaneOwnerMaintenance.com and the Airplane Owner Maintenance Podcast. I invite you to stop by the website or subscribe in iTunes, and I look forward to seeing you again in another video. Thanks.